No, it is from Rapport.
Okay.
With torn ligaments and a severe turf toe injury, Joe Burrow's likely option is surgery. 3 months from now is December 14th. If the Bengals at 2-0 stay alive, Burrow has a chance to be back.
Okay. And Schefter's reporting it too. If he requires surgery, it would be up to 3 months for Joe Burrow. Ugh.
Damn.
Well, look, it's now what? 6 out of 8 starts that Browning. No, this wasn't even a start. If you want to count this, 6 out of 8 games/starts that Browning has scored over 20 fantasy points.
What fab are you spending on Browning in a Superflex league? All of it?
All of it.
Yeah.
You're talking to a guy who dropped Spencer Rattler last week in a Superflex league. So
Did he get picked up?
No one picked him up.
Could we put together like a
Wait.
team?
Did you really drop him with the chance for people to pick him up? You didn't wait until like Friday or Saturday to do it?
No, I had to pick someone up on Thursday, and no one picked him up.
I'd like to go through our leagues and just put together the all Azer dropped them last week team.
I think I dropped him for
It's a legendary list through the years.
We've got Jake Brown. So far, we've got about 36 fantasy points in 2 players. 37.
Let's see. I dropped. Wait, where's my ad drops? I'm in the wrong league. Never mind. I don't know. It's I suck, basically.
Browning is going to go for the most fab in any league, any Superflex league.
Right.
Yeah, no, he's good, man. He's
not good. He's in a great situation.
He's good for fantasy.
I think Adam could score like 16 fantasy points.
Yeah, I got Keyshawn Booty. I dropped Rattler.
Do you have Burrow in that league?
Rattler, the free agent. No, I don't have Burrow.
That's disappointing.
All right.
How many leagues do you have Burrow in?
I have him in 0 leagues. Isn't that incredible how much I loved him? I have him in 0 leagues. How about you guys?
3 that I know of for sure.
He is a Dynasty League quarterback with no backup. He is my Guillotine League quarterback. I believe I have a good backup there.
Justin Fields left in the 4th quarter with a concussion. Hopefully he's back next week. They're at Tampa Bay. Dave, is Tyrod Taylor any different? I remember when he got hurt, when Fields got hurt in training camp, everyone was going, kind of the same guy, right? It's maybe not a huge deal for Garrett Wilson. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think Tyrod Taylor is better than your typical backup quarterback, but it's not like he's Mr. Accurate by any stretch of the imagination. And it would make me nervous to have high expectations for Garrett Wilson. It's the same thing as it would be with any team that has an above average backup quarterback. Okay. I think it's fair to say that the Bengals have an above average backup quarterback. So you're going to lower expectations for Chase and for Higgins, but you're not going to like throw them in the tank. We're not going to call Jamar Chase a number 3 receiver. And so with Tyrod Taylor there, it's going to lower expectations for Garrett Wilson. Probably more likely has more games like he did this week and less games like he had last week.
The one things that I want to make sure people hear is like, we are excited to start Justin Fields usually when he's starting. Tyrod Taylor's probably going to run for a third of the yards as Justin Fields. Like he's averaged 3 yards per carry over the last 4 years. So he's still run around a little bit and probably throws similarly. And maybe not a big difference. Maybe it's a little better for the running backs. I don't know, because he doesn't run quite as much, but he's not somebody that we're going to pick up.
Yeah,
and we don't even do a comparison of Fields versus Taylor and some of their passing metrics over the last few years, if you're interested.
I did this a month ago, whenever it happened, and Taylor was arguably better. They were very similar, and we don't even know that Taylor's going to make a start. Right? It could be
right.
Maybe Fields bounces back and he's ready for Tampa Bay. But the other part of it was Justin Fields threw for 56 yards and had an absolutely horrible game, and he played enough of it.
Yeah, no, he was terrible.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Tyrod Taylor threw for 56 yards. Fields threw for like 27 yards.
But he ran for 49, so it's okay.
Okay. Some more news and notes. Again, really nothing in running back, wide receiver, and tight end. Kyle Juszczyk, fullback for the Niners. He left with a concussion. The Niners also lost Ben Bartz, their left guard. They are just, so injured and 2-0. And Dallas center Cooper Beebe left with an injury late in the game. On defense,
was that during overtime?
It was, I think, at the very end of regulation, or like very close to the end of regulation. On defense, the big ones, Jalen Johnson, Bears cornerback, he left in the first half. Remember, he missed week 1, didn't play much in this game. I don't think he came back.
No, he didn't. Neither did TJ Edwards, the linebacker for Chicago, who also missed week 1.
Okay. And Patrick Surtain left, but he was able to come back. Kansas City cornerback Christian Fulton left. Arizona lost 2 players during the game, cornerback Max Melton and defensive lineman LJ Collier. And Arizona was trying to make everyone who felt bad about their NFL teams feel good about their NFL teams, but it didn't quite come to fruition as they were able to avoid one of the worst losses you'll ever see. Let's see. Pittsburgh had a couple of defensive injuries, Alex Highsmith and Isaiah Loudermilk. Baltimore had a couple, Kyle Van Noy and Marlon Humphrey. Rams cornerback Akila Witherspoon left with an injury, and Cincinnati defensive lineman Shamar Stewart left with an injury. Mm-hmm. Heath, if you remember, Mike is dismayed that Heath is dissing Drake May. Mike, our St. Jude donor, he's got week 2 over you. Drake May crushing Justin Fields.
So I think I'm 0 for 2 on Drake May this season, and Mike's 1 for 1. If they could play the Dolphins. No, he's 1 for 1 because he was wrong last week and he was right this week.
So doesn't that make him 1 for 2? He's 1 and 1.
1 and 1, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of this. The Patriots and the Dolphins are terrible defensively. Really, really bad. May, I thought, because I watched quite a bit of that game, I talked about last week how he still has like 2 passes a drive that are Patrick Mahomes throws and missed the receiver by 6 yards. And Drake May he had fewer of those in this game, but it might have been easier because it was the Dolphins and everybody was wide open. Be interesting next week against Pittsburgh because we all came into the year thinking Pittsburgh's defense was good.
No,
and
not anymore.
They don't seem to be.
One injury note that I forgot to mention, and I want to say NFL.com has a good list. Dave, thank you for sending this to me. Is Carolina, 2 starting offensive linemen, a guard and a center, Rob Hunt and Austin Corbett, left with injuries, did not return to the game for Carolina. All right, let's get to some winners and losers. Is Jamie here yet?
No.
Almost. So close.
You're a jerk for starting so early. And then chat thinks you're a jerk for starting so late. So either way, you're a jerk.
Thanks, Mom. Okay. Let's go to Dave's winners. Juwan Johnson, 50. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This is the wrong segment, but I think the right name, early waiver wire. Can we get some early waiver wire names?
Well, Juwan
you want us to give our winners
already.
Yeah. So wait, Juwan Johnson is not an early waiver wire guy, Dave, or he is?
No, he should be. He's had 2 good weeks in a row. This is following the trend of Kellen Moore and what he does at previous stops and leaning on his tight end. He actually did lean on Alvin a little bit more in the passing game as well. The Saints seem to be competitive offensively. Looks like they picked the right quarterback to start the year. I don't have a problem if you've been or want to start streaming Juwan Johnson, but he should be rostered in every league.
Any other players for the early waiver wire? And
one of my big winners, Troy Franklin. I'm not sure where that came from, but it's early enough in the year, and he's a high enough pedigree prospect that I think we have to pay attention to it a little bit. Completely dominated targets in this game, had 9 of them, caught 8 of them. Things went well. Maybe they'll throw it to him again.
As I recall, he played more snaps last week than Mims. This week, he played 43 snaps, and Mims played. Okay, I don't know if this is right. Sometimes the information is wrong, like right after the game, but I'm seeing 43 snaps for Franklin and 18 for Mims. And those 43 snaps and 26 routes, from what I see, lead the team. So this week in week 2. Now, I'll check on that tomorrow for Beyond the Box Score and make sure nothing's changed. But this is a guy who was a teammate of Bo Nix's at Oregon.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they've got a little chemistry there. So Juwan Johnson, Troy Franklin. Jamie is here. What's up, Jamie?
Hey.
Got any early waiver wire suggestions? I'll throw you right into the fire.
I don't know who you talked about already.
Juwan Johnson and Troy Franklin.
Those would be 2 very good ones. There's not a lot of great running backs. I already started making a list to write the column for tomorrow.
What about Chris Rodriguez? Does he
obviously the quarterbacks? I'm curious what they're going to do with Rodriguez or McNichols. You know, who's going to take that Eckler role? You know, or are they just going to give it to Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt? Obviously, you got to look at Romeo Doubs and Dontavian Wicks with the Packers, given the injury to Jaden Reed. All those great tight ends, they disappeared this week, right? Except for Juwan Johnson. So Quarterbacks. I mean, it's a quarterback week, so we'll see how, things finish with the next 3 games. But if Michael Penix comes out of this game with a strong performance, then he's going to be very popular because he's 60% rostered.
All right.
And
yeah, go ahead.
Like, I think Jake Browning, obviously in Superflex and 2 quarterback leagues, I was thinking about, like, the Packers defense is so incredible that you probably just don't want to start any Browns. But Harold Fannin was better than David Njoku for a second week.
Mm-hmm.
And the big performances the Packers have given up the first 2 weeks were Sam Laporta having a great game in week 1 and Zach Ertz having a great game in week 2. So Harold Fannin might still be an okay option.
And this week, Fannin had a 49% slot rate, which is very high, very good for a tight end.
And I think his targets were a little low because he was actually the target on the Cedric Tillman touchdown.
Huh. Well, that was some touchdown. If you started Cedric Tillman, and he was started in only 8% of leagues, really. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say Cedric Tillman still deserves to be part of the waiver wire discussion.
Yeah.
He's only 46% rostered, and he can
Absolutely
get the targets.
But
yeah,
you
sorry.
could probably wait a week.
Oh, Wan'Dale Robinson. Hello.
Yep.
Career game for him.
Russell Wilson, obviously. Mr. Unlimited.
It's the Chiefs next week.
Yeah, great throw at the end there. Just bench him already.
Bench him. He threw for 450 yards.
Yeah, he had let him go out on that note.
They let Jackson Dart go out there, and he tripped over the 35-yard line.
That made no sense to me. No sense to me with 4 minutes left in the whatever it was, 3-4 point game to put him out there.
No, I'm not going to get into that, but if he didn't trip over his own feet, he's a better rusher. So they were just using him for like a read option kind of play. But anyway,